From Delaware's most award-winning radio news team, this is WDEL Video News. Here's Chris Carl.
Among Delaware's top stories for Tuesday, May 15th, does the Chrysler deal mean new hope for the Newark plant? Newcastle County is cutting its parks budget. And debate over the future of a Newark housing development. Here are the details. Chrysler is getting a new owner, but that won't mean any change in its plan to close its Newark assembly plant. The restructuring plan announced in February isn't expected to change once Cerberus Capital Management acquires 80% of the company from Daimler Chrysler. Plans call for the plant to close in late 2009. More than 1,800 auto workers are employed there. The sale is not expected to change health and retirement benefits for current workers or those who have accepted buyouts and early retirement packages. The last of the county budget hearings ends with millions of dollars cut in the fund to purchase land for parks and upkeep. WDEL's Curtis Gray reports.
Buying new parkland, we've reduced that. We haven't eliminated it. There's outstanding authorizations of over $13 million. We've proposed to trim those back by $5 million. It's not reasonable to expect we're going to acquire that much land anyway.
During the Monday afternoon public hearing, County Council members reviewed the cuts and deauthorizations that Chief Financial Officer Michael Strawn says are necessary in the Parkland Acquisition Fund. It is a bare-bones capital budget at more than $11 million. Funding for improvements in county parks last year was more than $500,000, but the next budget request calls for just $250,000. That is a cause for concern from Councilman John Cartier.
A lot of us spend a lot of time looking at the parks in our districts and are finding that a lot of them need general improvements or increased maintenance or haven't received maintenance, and I want to make sure that we have the kind of money that will take care of those issues in our existing parks. On the longer term, I think we are an expanding, growing county with a lot of need to acquire new land for parks as well as libraries, and I'm concerned that we have those resources authorized to do that.
Council is expected to vote on the budget next week. I'm Curtis Gray, 1150 AM, WDEL.
Should the city of Newark allow a 47-year-old low-income housing development to be demolished? WDEL's Ken Grant has that story.
Of the 42 units that make up Cleveland Heights just off of Cleveland Avenue, only 9 are habitable. The Newark Housing Authority owns the development designed for low-income housing and says the $150,000 a year allotted for maintenance cannot come close to rehabilitating the 33 units that have fallen into disrepair. Newark Housing Authority attorney Don Gooch says the organization wants to demolish the housing units and sell the property.
The money then would be used then to either purchase another apartment complex or perhaps go into a joint venture with a developer and with tax credits be able to leverage the money 2, 3, 4 times and put in a really nice mixed-use project.
But new rules from the Federal Department of Housing and Urban Development requires approval from Newark City Council to go ahead with the plan. Council members said they would wait to hear more before making a decision.
It seems to me this is really the proverbial catch-22 because you can't move forward until you get, it appears, some sort of a letter from us, I like Paul's joint responsibility phrase. You can't move forward without that letter, but we're going to be, I think, leery to give you that letter without knowing how you're going to want to move forward.
Ken Grant, 1150 AM, WDEL.
Police arrest an 11-year-old accused of burglary. WDEL News continues in a moment.
As you look for your college experience, make sure you look at Wilmington College, your key to success.
A Newcastle man taking students on a field trip finds himself facing charges for some unauthorized credit card charges. State police say Floyd Jordan worked as a bus driver in March when he was assigned to take a group of private school students to Gettysburg. While students were off the bus, Jordan allegedly went through the students' bags and took a credit card. Once back in Delaware, police say Jordan went on a shopping spree, spending over $14,000 on things like flat-screen TVs, a laptop computer, and a variety of store gift cards. County police say they've arrested an 11-year-old for burglary in his Edgemoor neighborhood. Police say a man returned home Sunday night to find cash and several pieces of jewelry missing. The suspect is a playmate to the victim's grandson. Police interviewed the boy at headquarters and found him carrying 2 necklaces and a small amount of cash. Newark has some new expectations to its sprinkler requirements in certain buildings. More from WDEL's Ken Grant.
For 8 years, the city of Newark required property owners to install sprinkler systems if the use of their building changed. For example, if a shoe store moved out of your building and an accounting firm wanted to then rent the space, a new sprinkler system would be required. Fire officials said the ordinance saves lives and property, but property owners said the cost of installing such systems can be cost prohibitive, and it didn't make sense to require new sprinklers if the risk of fire was not being raised by the new tenant. Newark Building Director Tom Schuley said he was asked to come up with a compromise solution.
So what we did is, instead of painting everybody with a broad brush, we looked at the specific occupancy, the specific loads, and the specific square footage of the building. And then we made our determination on that.
Council approved the compromise measure 5-2. Ken Grant, 11:50 a.m., WDEL.
Late inning heroics for the Phillies. WDEL Sports and your Delaware AccuWeather forecast just ahead.
You could spend your money at the gas pump, or you could spend it on those sexy pumps at your favorite store. Let Dart do the driving.
I do all my shopping with Dart. It's the most convenient way to shop the outlets, and it saves me money.
Now save even more. Get up to 40% off with a discounted Dart card online at dartfirststate.com or at your local Acme Market.
At this rate, with the money I save riding Dart, I'll have a new pair of shoes every week.
Travel smart. Choose Dart.
I'm Peter MacArthur.
I'm Melanie Armstrong, and here are Delaware's top stories at the top of the hour.
The most complete coverage of the news that matters in Delaware. Every weekday morning, 5:30 till 9 on 11:50 a.m. WDEL.
In WDEL Sports, the Phillies exploded for 6 runs in the 8th inning to beat Milwaukee 8-6 in the first of a 4-game series last night. Wes Helms' pinch-hit bases-loaded single brought home the go-ahead run as the Brewers' bullpen blew a 4-run cushion. The Phillies sent Adam Eaton to the mound tonight against Claudio Vargas. You can hear the game on WDEL. Coverage starts at 6:30. The Blue Rocks offense mustered just 6 hits as they were blanked by the Lynchburg Hillcats 2-0 in the first of a 3-game series. The series continuing tonight in Lynchburg. And Donovan McNabb's rehab from a torn ACL continues on schedule, according to Coach Andy Reid. Reid says McNabb will keep throwing once a week, then pick up the pace as the Eagles get closer to training camp in late July. Your WDEL Delaware AccuWeather forecast, mostly sunny today and warmer, a high up to 84. Tonight, clear skies, low 65. Tomorrow starts with sun, followed by increasing clouds with a couple of thunderstorms likely in the afternoon, and a high of 82. Get news updates throughout the day. Delaware's top stories at the top of the hour on 11:50 a.m. WDEL, or anytime right here at WDEL.com, including news video from Delaware and around the world from WDEL and the Associated Press. I'm Chris Carl. Thanks for watching.